all bedding and stuffed animals, and the bedding had been thrown around the room. The items I had on top of my dresser, directly across from my bed, looked like they had been knocked off the dresser with force. The force actually ended up breaking the hinge on my jewelry box. My stuffed animals were completely knocked off the top shelf in my room. With the placement of my big box TV and the TV stand, this would not be possible without moving the stand. The rest of my belongings were just kind of thrown around. My closet door was also wide open. I very rarely open my closet door because there was a lot of activity that centered around it. In my family, we actually believe the closet door may have been a portal. There were many other experiences in that house I could tell you about, but I will skip ahead to when we finally moved out. We lived in the house for about 17 years and were finally moving. When we were doing the final walkthrough, my mom wanted to make a video walking through the house. I helped her make this as everyone else went outside. I never wanted to have my back for a door because I just felt like someone or something was constantly following us around from room to room. I finally told my mom we needed to finish up and leave when her bedroom door started slowly moving back and forth before finally starting to shut all the way on its own. I grabbed the handle and swung it back open so we could run out before potentially being locked in the room. In our time there, my sister saw 3 spirits You know what I mean? Anyway, I just find it so interesting that you guys are always like sending me stories on like behalf of your parents. I love it. Like, it's weird. Do you notice that? Our parents always had like the most terrifying encounters. You know? It's like, it's almost like how you never hear about possessions anymore. How they like used to be in the 60s. You know what I'm trying to say? Anyways, this isn't a story of my own, but rather of my mom's, and I have the okay to share it. My mom had lived in a haunted house with a very negative entity around the time of her early teens. She had numerous bizarre and disturbing paranormal experiences in that house. She had a few of the more common experiences, such as feelings of being watched and doors slamming by themselves. But there are others that are unlike anything I'd ever heard. There were instances where her Barbies would disappear for days at a time, only to be returned right where she left them. Only their clothes would be turned inside out, and their hair would be greasy for some strange reason. Everyone else in the house denied ever having touched her dolls and doing such strange things to them. There were also times when the entire house would shake as if there was an earthquake, though no earthquake was reported, and neighbors also said they hadn't felt anything. The weirdest thing about this shaking was that it always seemed to occur at 11 p.m. The most horrifying experience my mom recalls having was one particular evening when she was home completely alone upstairs in her room. The next door neighbors had 2 dogs that always barked nonstop. The dogs were also barking on this one particular day. My mom, being a teenager, grew annoyed at the dogs and had opened her window to shout at them to be quiet. She says as soon as she did this, she suddenly heard what sounded like angry stomping footsteps running up the stairs towards her room, and that something started pounding aggressively with 2 fists on her closed door, as if it were a living person. Needless to say, my mom was absolutely caught off guard and scared for her life. She panicked and hid beneath her covers, not knowing what else to do. After laying there in silence for some time, she decided to emerge from her covers. The room was scarcely lit, being late in the afternoon. As she peeked over the covers in the dim room, she was met with the sight of a humanoid black figure with white eyes that glowed like an animal's in the darkness, staring at her from over by the window. My mom, still terrified to her core, hid again. She waited there for what seemed like eternity. After once again deciding to peek from her covers, there was nothing in her room. My mom says she thinks about this experience often to this day, and for this reason, she is very off-put and scared of the paranormal. I don't know whether this was a demon in her house or what, but it was something truly nasty and malicious for certain. Thank you for sharing my mom's story. If you choose, keep slaying, paranormal queen. Thank you, Jace. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it at 3 stories for this video, but this is a continuous series on my channel, and if you want to send me your paranormal stories, make sure you send them to pretty44ghoststories@hotmail.com so I can see them and I know that I have permission to read them on camera in my videos. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel for so many more paranormal videos coming up. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, you rock my world. And the song lyrics, Michael Jackson, #team, pretty44, #buff